Welcome to StarCraft 2 Play Replay, where we take you through what the application does and how to use it. When you first load the application, you'll be asked to set your StarCraft 2 username. That helps us generate statistics. It tells us whether you've won or lost a specific match. We'll do that later. The main screen shows you statistics of your overall StarCraft 2 games. Currently, everything is set to 0 because we have not yet assessed any. We have the replay list feature, which shows you your replays and whether you won or lost and lets you analyze them. A pro replay list feature, and the upgrades tab to buy upgrades for the application. Now, in order to use the normal replay list feature, we have to first run a setup application. So we go to www.thinkbigapps.co.uk and click on Start StarCraft 2 Play Replay Setup Tool. What this will do is it will launch a Java application on your computer, which will try to link up the StarCraft 2 replay sets with your Dropbox account. If you don't have Dropbox installed, we advise you to install it here, or the setup application will prompt you and ask you to install it. We have to say that we trust the application, and here we can see that the application has run successfully. We have checked that Dropbox has been installed, we find the Dropbox folder, we find StarCraft 2 folders, and where we found replays, we link them to your Dropbox. Campaign, Challenge, Multiplayer, Unsaved and Versus. And at this point the application is ready to go. To prove what this has done, I can show you here the Dropbox folder has an apps folder, has a StarCraft 2 Play Replay folder, and we have created new folders within here that automatically sync to whenever you play a StarCraft game, it gets added into your Dropbox account in a secure manner. This lets the application on your phone see your replays. By pressing Menu, we can reveal preferences, help, rate the application, or offer feedback on specific features. We click Replay List to analyze our own replays. At this point, we have to connect the application to the StarCraft 2 application folder in the replay developer box, so we hit Allow. And we can now see that the application is beginning to initiate the replay downloads. It's worthwhile noting here that we can press the refresh button at the top of this panel to get the latest set of replays that have been synced up with Dropbox. Now we can see that our analysis has brought back a list of replays which we have been recently playing. We can see that we've got a couple of 2v2 matches, and we can scroll down using this view to view previous games. In the case of 1v1s, we can specify the matchup, so we can see that we're Protoss Zergs, and there was Protoss versus Terran. Now at this point, we want to go to Preferences to set our StarCraft 2 username so that the statistics function starts to work. So we click Preferences, click Add StarCraft 2 username, and in this box we type our in-game StarCraft 2 name. For me, this is The Situation. I hit OK, and I press Back. That takes me back to the same dialogue. Now, however, when I start to scroll around, magically, the name Victory appears next to victories and Defeat next to defeats. You can press any of the replays in this section to be taken to the replay analysis part of the application. We can see the names of the players, the date and the time played, the type of match we played, who won, average APM, and messages that our players have exchanged. Thankfully, our players in this case were polite to one another. Scrolling back up, we can see the map name, the length, the game, and we can click APN data. This will draw two graphs, one for each player in the team. We can see that we've got time along the x-axis and APM along the y. By studying these graphs carefully, we can work out where major battles have occurred. Just before the 5-minute mark seems like this is where the game really made the change. Event timeline is where we can see build orders. We can use the filtering tabs at the top to change the view to show specific things. All events will show every event that we possibly can, i.e. every single action the user has performed within this game. Scrolling back up to the top, I can take that filter off to take off the all events, leaving us with buildings, units and upgrades, and now we can see all the buildings which each player has built. At this point we can return back to the main application by pressing the My Replays button or the Return button. All of a sudden the application is becoming more useful. I can click on any specific replay in this list to have it analysed. We can now see that statistics have been collected. The Pro Replay feature lets you analyse statistics from professional gamers. However, this is an in-app upgrade. So to do this, we have to go to the Upgrades tab, where we are offered 4 specific upgrades. The first, unlocking the Purchase Pro Replay mode. Pressing the question mark next to each one allows you to determine what it will unlock. This is Purchase Stat Unlimited. By default, we only let you assess the most recent 10 games for your personal replays. Purchasing that lets you view unlimited replays. Advert removal, we can remove these adverts from each of the tabs. And the bottom one is simply a donation. If you think the application was good and helpful, then please donate to help us produce more applications. Heading back to the main screen, we can see my best matchup is Protoss v Terran, and we can see that my weakest matchup was Terran v Terran. I hope this has been a helpful introduction and you can all go and use the application to help yourself improve.